Good morning, guys. It's Mr. Chambers here, and this is our first asynchronous lesson of the year. You can expect to receive material like this whenever we have those teacher and service days, and I'm not available to teach you guys live. So it's going to feel very similar to a normal class. It's just, it's not me teaching you live. You won't be able to just pop in and ask me questions. There isn't a huge advantage to it, though, and that's that today you get to pause me if you would like. So we're going to be going over some tougher problems involving the order of operations. And you might find that as I go over a problem or I explain it, you either don't, you don't understand something, or I go too fast, or you want to hear the problem again. So today you have the advantage of being able to pause and rewind whenever you like. So this is really kind of learning at your own pace. This is definitely something I want us to get used to, because even when we're doing synchronous teaching, I will do lessons like this where I have you guys watch things on your own first, and then you're able to learn at your own pace. So it's kind of good that we're getting into this early in the year. So today, like it says here, reviewing the order of operations, I only have 3 problems that I want to do with you. And here's the first one. You'll see that the thing that makes them tougher is I am now including all of the integer rules that we have reviewed the past week. So absolute value, exponents, minus, negatives, you name it. It's all going to be present in these problems. And what I would like you to do, the way I'd like you to approach this lesson today, since it's review, is for you to write down example 1 and then pause this video, because I'm going to pause for just a second here, let you finish it, and then I will immediately begin explaining how to solve the problem. So the explanation's coming here in a second, but if you want to attempt this on your own, which I really encourage you to do, because remember, we have a quiz coming Friday, so think of this as quiz practice. Attempt the problem on your own, then click play, and you will hear my step-by-step explanation. It's coming in about 3 seconds. So go ahead and hit pause, and then I'll explain. Okay, here it is. Hopefully you've attempted it. Let's see how you did. So this is absolute value of -5 minus -15 plus -4 to the third. Well, I'm going to simplify some of these grouping symbols first. I'll start with the absolute value of -5. It's just 5. And then minus -15, I can simplify to just say plus 15. And then over here, plus -4 to the third is just going to be plus negative, or you could also write minus for that matter, -64. So make sure you put -64. It's 4 to the third, right? Negative times 4 times 4 times 4, but it stays negative because our exponent is odd. And once you get here, the problem's pretty simple. It's just going to be you're just going left to right here. So 5 plus 15 is 20, and then 20 plus -64. So 20 minus 64 just gives us -44 is our answer. So there it is. First one's done. Second one's going to be a little tougher. Remember, there's only 3 problems today, so stick with me here. This one's a mouthful. So remember, just be careful. Look at it carefully. You have different grouping symbols here. There is absolute value. Pause me now. Take a minute or 2 or 3, because this one could take you a little longer. Work this on your own as much as you can, and then you can come back and hear the explanation. So click pause. And here we go. All right, here's the explanation. So again, I'm going to clean up some of these grouping symbols first. The opposite of -19 is just 19. Minus the absolute value of -11. Now remember, this is a little different here than what we see over here. Do not confuse parentheses with absolute value bars. The absolute value of -11 is +11, right? But then we apply the negative that's here. So it's really just -11. It's 19 minus 11. And now we need to work, I'll bring down this plus sign, and then we need to work inside this bracket here. So we have this whole big bracket, and then we're going to use the order of operations inside here. So sort of like look at this as almost like a problem within a problem. And when I look at this problem, we have exponents, we have addition, and we have multiplication. We need to start with the exponents. So in this bracket, -6 squared is going to give us +36. And then we're going to add to that. Well, I need to simplify this now. Don't multiply first, because that's going to be like -18 to the 5th. That's a really, really large number. We don't want that. The first thing we do is -1 to the 5th. Now remember, 1 to any power is 1, but the exponent is odd, so it's going to be -1. So this is really just 18 times -1. And that's just going to give us negative 18. So now inside the bracket, we have 36 plus negative 18, or 36 minus 18. Well, that's just 18, right? And now we bring the rest of this down. 19 minus 11 plus 18. So we've taken all of this and got it down to this. And now I think this will finish pretty easily. 19 minus 11 is 8. 8 plus 18 gives us a grand total of 26. All right, so again, like I said at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of information I just went over. If you missed stuff, please pause, go back, spend your time today really learning this, because we're reviewing today, we're reviewing tomorrow, and that quiz will come up on us quick. And I want to make sure everyone gets, does a really nice job on Friday's quiz. Okay, last one here. This is going to be order of operations in the form of a word problem. Now it says here, John is an avid golfer and has been training to make the high school golf team. He needs to maintain a below par average. For those of you who aren't golfers, that just means a negative number. He needs to have an average that is negative, because in golf, you want a negative score. So he needs to maintain a below par average in order to make the team. The scores for his last 5 rounds were +2, -4, -6, +5, and -2. Is his current average good enough to make the team? Okay, so let's see what happens here. Now, you guys probably know from learning about mean, median, mode in years past that in order to calculate an average, and we usually mean mean when we say that, and that's what we mean here, we take the sum of all of his scores, we add them all together, and we divide it by how many rounds he played. Now, in order to set this problem up so it makes sense, I'm going to use a fraction bar, because remember, division is involved here. So I'm going to take his 5 scores here, +2, -4, -6, +5, and -2. And I'm going to put them all, I'm going to add it all. Remember, it's an addition problem. So it's 2 plus, here, I'm actually going to use, I'm going to type this out, it'll be a little easier to write. So it's really just 2 plus -4 plus, plus -6 plus 5 plus 2. All right, so that's the entire numerator. That's the sum of his scores here. Make this fraction a little bit larger. And then once we're done adding that, we're going to divide this by 5, because that's how many rounds of golf he played. And if you're wondering where we got the 5 from, it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds of golf. Now, at this point, again, good idea to pause this video and see if you can solve it on your own using the order of operations. So I'll let you do that now, and then I will explain it in about 3 seconds. Okay, so hopefully you've tried it. Here's the explanation. I need to add all this together. Now you can go left to right. I think that's more difficult. I like to add integers with the same sign. So I'm going to add all my negatives first. -4 plus -6 plus -2 is going to give me -12. And then I'm going to add to that the positives. I have a +2 and a +5. These were his poor scores. Now that is a sum of 7. So this is really just -12 plus 7. What's a -12 plus 7? Well, it's a -5. And then we divide that by 5. So this will give us his average. -5 divided by 5 is -1. So he is averaging 1 under par. And to answer the question, is his current average good enough to make the team? Yes, it is. It needs to be below par. It is. He has made the team. All right, guys, that's our lesson for today. Click on the homework now. This is going to be more practice with the order of operations. It's a worksheet. I don't think you'll find it too difficult. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing you all back in class tomorrow.